Hello everyone. Today I'm going to be walking you through a seat removal for a 96 Camry. The tools you're going to need are a 12mm and 14mm socket and a 12mm wrench and a flathead screwdriver. Obviously, as you can see, my seats have been through a lot. If you're watching this, I'm sure yours have too. Um, honestly, it's super easy. In the back, the seats sit in like a little clip, and you just need to pull straight up. Takes a little bit of force, as you can see, but super simple. Nothing is bolted in or anything like that, and it just pops right out. And the seat is very light, like it's just like a foam pad. Now these little side boards, side panels, whatever you want to call them, they are bolted in at the bottom with a 12mm bolt, just one, and they have a clip um, near like mid top, and you want to pull straight up so you do not break that clip. You pull up and then it just kind of slides right out. Again, just to show you guys again, you pull straight up. You're going to watch out for that seat belt because it can kind of get in the way. Uh, but yeah, awkward, huh? Pull it out. Then you're just going to remove the bolts for the middle bracket. That's holding those in, and then the side brackets. There's going to be one on each side, obviously, and there are two bolts for each of those, and this is where you're going to need that wrench. For those back bolts, you're going to want to lay your seat down. See, here, Just push the button up top, lay the seat down, and get your wrench in there, and get that bolt out. You could possibly use a socket and a ratchet if you have a short one. Obviously, we just had the deep socket, and so we couldn't get into it with the gun. That's why we got the wrench. And then we took off the middle bracket. We took it off the seats because I broke the middle bracket for the new seats. So we just reused the old middle bracket, and it worked just fine. They're the exact same seats. Now we're just installing, and it's super simple, just the same way you took them out, basically. Uh, just want to make sure that you line the bolt holes up. There is a little slot in the middle of the two holes, and it's a little piece inside the bracket. Hopefully you can kind of see that slides right into that slot, and it lets you know that they're lined up perfectly. And you're going to want to bolt down those side panels, and that's really it for the back. It's really simple. Now for the bottom of the rear, it's all the seat, so it's kind of hard to describe. I want to make sure that I'm telling you guys the right thing, but you can see it in the video. So for the seat, for the seat cushion, you're going to slide it back underneath the back of the seat, and you're going to make sure that your seatbelt buckles are in between. Like, there's obviously a little space for your seatbelt buckles, and you want to make sure that you get the seatbelt buckles right in the right spot. Otherwise, you'll kind of have a hard time getting the seat in. And then just make sure that you press it back down into those clips. Now we're moving on to the front seat removal. There's going to be a clip on the left hand side, and there's going to be a clip on the right hand side. I'm just going to take off both of these, and these are going to be 14mm bolts that just come right out. Then in the back, it's going to be the same 14mm bolts. Just going to take these clips off, or covers off, either way. Now, what I will say is that you have to move the seat. So if you're getting into those front bolts, push your seat all the way back. To get to those back bolts, push your seat all the way forward, and be careful because you're going to see in a minute I broke I broke the cover, which happens a lot for me with this Camry. I guess with it being so old, and with me living in Texas, with our climate the way that it is, it's just really not good for plastic. And I guess sometimes I can kind of have a rough touch. And yeah, so be careful. And the last thing with removing the seats is you're going to take off the clip that lets the car know that someone's in the seat. And that's it for removal. Okay guys, so first of all, sorry about the lighting. I'm going to try to not let it affect me. The point of this little insert, if you're wondering like why is this little insert right here, you know, in what could be considered the middle of the video, because technically there should be a removal and then an installation. But I do not know what happened to my installation footage. So I'm basically just here to tell you, you basically put it in the way that you took it out. The back seat has installation, but I don't know what happened to my front seat installation. But it's really simple. The 4 bolts that I took out, you just put those 4 bolts back in. Boom. The one thing I will say to be conscious of, or cautious, actually to be cautious and conscious of, is that sometimes, depending on if you have, I think, manual or electric seats, the seats can move on the rail. So you know when you're inside the vehicle and you lift up a lever or you push a button and the seat moves forward or backwards, that it's moving on a track. And I think sometimes when you have manual seats, you can accidentally kind of hit that lever and one of the tracks might move forward or backwards and the other one might not. And so when it comes to reinstalling your new seats, I guess you wouldn't be reinstalling new seats, but when it comes to installing your new seats, you have to be mindful and make sure that the tracks are in the same place, or else your bolt holes will not line up and you'll be thinking that, oh, like, did I get the wrong seats? You know, if you pulled seats from a 94 and you're putting them into a 96, they should fit. But I know that if they're off track, then it might make you feel like you could have gotten the wrong thing, but I assure you that you did not. And yeah, that being said, I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you found it informative. If you did, go ahead and give me a like. If there's something that concerns you, something that you just want to comment on, anything like that, comment down below. If you're new here, subscribe. If you're already a subscriber, thank you very much. If you want to be notified whenever I post videos, go ahead and hit that notification bell. And yeah, tell a friend to tell a friend that this is the channel where they could possibly find a little bit of everything. Not yet, but it's getting there. We've got plenty of car videos, vlogs, puppy, just one puppy. I know you guys are getting ready for like puppies, but it's just one for now. I do stuff with my sister. I have a little sister. Phones that ring. That's a thing too. But yeah, I'm gonna end this here. I want to thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.